What's up, guys? Welcome back to our spooky season horror movie reviews. And as promised, today we are covering The Conjuring 3, or more well known as The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. When this movie initially came out, it got delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed, ultimately coming out in 2021 with mixed reviews from critics and mixed reviews from fans. And I understand why. This movie, for me, in its own sense, is a mixed bag compared to the first two, which I think, especially the second one, are legend tier horror films. This one just doesn't hit the same. But where I do think it once again shines is the performances of the two people always revising their roles as the Warrens. And I don't hate this movie by any means. As a matter of fact, I don't even think it's bad. But it is a mixed bag, especially, like I said, when you compare it to the first two. And you can always make the argument that comparing it to the first two isn't a smart thing to do, isn't the right thing to do, but they're in the same trilogy, okay? So it's hard not to. And this was also the first movie with James Wan not behind the camera. And which is okay. I mean, I don't even remember who did it or who handled it, but they did an alright job at what they were given. This once again covers a real life case of someone who pleaded guilty or pleaded not guilty in court for demon possession, which is a really wild concept that maybe I'll make a movie on someday. The idea of demons and all that weird stuff that I weirdly have a lot of thoughts on. And I think that's one good thing that I would love to have a podcast for. But that's not why we're here. We're here for The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. This film, the opening sequence where you really learn what's going on, honestly, I really, really love it. How it's handled, you can almost understand from the perspective of the character that we're watching who says that the devil possessed him. You can tell, like, that his brain, it puts you in the position that his brain is freaking out. And I don't want to go into spoilers, but that opening sequence is wild, and I do kind of love it. I'm not going to lie to you. The opening sequence is very fun to watch. And well, similar to the last two films where I said they did have a fun aspect to them, I think out of all the ones that were most fun, I think this one is technically, to me, the most fun. It's also the most tame. So, I mean, you do have to, weigh fun and tame. And I did mention that the idea of being tame in the Maxine movie, which was another movie I didn't hate, but I said that I was tame. And that was an action-filled mystery movie that is a lot of fun to watch. So mixing fun and tame is a hard balance. And I do think that's why one of the reasons why I love the Terrifier movie so much is that character is a lot of fun. But as I mentioned in the first review for the first movie of The Conjuring, they don't have a character, like a main character. They rely on the fact of a true case file or a true story, and they tell it in an exaggerated sense. This movie's no different, like I mentioned, but this movie does have a lot of fun sequences, especially that opening one where you can really feel what the character is feeling, and you can see him just go berserk. It's a lot of fun. I know I don't want to sound like I'm a psycho when I say it's a lot of fun to watch these movies. I'm a horror movie fan, and I have been for a very long time. A movie that I do plan on re-reviewing this month, possibly. I don't want to review what it is. If you know who I am, you know what movie I'm talking about. It's my favorite movie of all time, and it's a horror film. That's all I'll give you, and I do plan on re-reviewing it this month. That's the only hints you get. If you know me, you already know what I'm talking about. That's fine. But no, your two leads, they're phenomenal here. They know these characters more than ever. At this point, when this movie came out, they've almost been playing them for 10 years. So they're phenomenal in those roles. Opening sequence is great. The rest of the movie's okay. And it is the most tame out of all three. That's fine. I'm not docking it. I am docking it a little bit for that. And it is my least favorite of the three, but that doesn't even mean that it's bad. If you're a fan of the first two, I do think you'll find enjoyment in this third movie. So, check it out this spooky season. With all that said, on my scale and my wrong opinion, or to me, it's right, I do give this movie a B. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It gets a B. Alright, guys. Once again, thank you for all the feedback I've gotten on all these reviews for the past, 13 days I've been making them. It's been a lot of fun, like I mentioned, and, I actually do get the chance to rewatch a lot of films that I otherwise wouldn't. So, I do appreciate getting positive feedback. And you know what? I appreciate negative feedback, too. You know, you gotta learn how to balance. That's a big word in this review, balance. You gotta learn how to balance constructive criticism with, compliments. And I think the past 8 years I've been making these videos, and the past 4 or 5 I've been doing movie reviews, I've learned how to do that. So, thank you guys all for watching. I wouldn't be here without y'all. I feel like I do this at the end of every episode, and I do apologize. I'm gonna get out of y'all hair. Next, we'll be covering the Scream franchise. I'm excited to talk about those movies. Peace out, like, and subscribe.